Time to get out of the house, right? Today and tomorrow, it's going to be nice and mild. Spring seems like it's here. Don't look at the weekend forecast. If you overdo it, though, Trevor Linden and I were just joking about this. And this is Chris Broadhurst, by the way, a former pro athletic therapist. Trevor, a former NHL star, now the president of the Vancouver Canucks. You're used to playing with pain, like the NHL. Those guys play with pain every day, right?
Exactly.
And what do you recommend? Because you're saying that lots of weekend warriors like myself should be on.
But you shouldn't have to play with pain. We shouldn't. We want to enjoy things. I want to ride my mountain bike. I want to trail run. I want to hike. I want to cross country ski, pain free. And so. But I mean, we're getting older, and we're going to have joint pain and muscle soreness, as Chris can attest to.
Yeah.
So the makers of Voltaren and Emulgel have come up with a product that stops the pain, reduces inflammation, and helps us recover. So for old guys that want to be active, it's a big key. And Chris can talk more about kind of the injuries that we face as we get older.
I mean, so what kind of I was just joking with you guys. I was throwing my kids in my parents' pool last summer while on summer vacation, and I'm still doing physio on my shoulder. I guess that's just one of the things that can happen. I am old.
You look young.
You and I are the same age. We're the same age. So, I mean, we're both 70 babies, right?
Exactly.
So, So, I mean, Chris, talk about some of the injuries,
I think there's a couple of key components we want when we're talking about injuries. Obviously, most of the acute injuries like joint sprains or strains do get better with time. But Trevor's right, you got to listen to pain.
You do.
And I think 3 tips that I have for you today. One is stay in motion. So when you injured your shoulder, did you do any form of warm-up before you got in the pool?
No.
Dynamic warm-up. And certainly no cool down after. And some of the restorative things that we deal with, nutrition, hydration, all those things. A lot of injuries can be avoided. So stay in motion is our first component. The other part is to train for it. Now, it's difficult to train for a day in the pool, but obviously with runners out there now, tennis is coming in, the summer's getting warm. We want to make sure we train for, individualized training, really specific.
Is a fourth tip not thinking that you're still 19 or 20 years of age? Because I find psychologically that's hard.
And be smart. Be smart about it. Think about it. I mean, just don't jump in. Everyone wants to, if it's a 10K run, take your time, work up to it.
Don't run 8K the first day.
Exactly. Probably not smart. Exactly.
And Chris, I see you brought a roller as well. And what's this? The roller?
So some of the techniques that we use these days with regenerative techniques, just rolling out muscle knots in tissue, especially when we sit a lot during the day.
Sure.
We get tight, and then all of a sudden we want to go out and be active. The muscles aren't quite quick to respond. But when we do have pain, obviously we have things available like the topical pain reliever, like Voltaren Emulgel, that allows us sort of a triple effect where it not only treats the pain, but it decreases inflammation and sort of accelerates the healing process.
Accelerates the healing. And Trevor, when you were playing, you must have had a super strict regimen. Like Chris was talking about doing a proper warm-up, then of course you're performing, and then a proper cool-down, right? You guys have to do that.
Absolutely, and it's part of being a professional athlete. It should be part of being an amateur athlete. Sure. And we're going to teach some of those things that, obviously, if you go to stayintheplay.com, you have a chance to play in the ultimate pickup hockey game with Curtis Joseph.
Cujo?
Yes, in June. So
how many goals have you scored on Cujo?
A lot. I'm going to score a lot more this summer. So we're going to go through those tips of how to prepare and some on-ice tips and tell some stories about playing hockey. So, check out stayintheplay.com. You can enter as many times as you want and have a chance to get together with Curtis and I in June. So
shoot the puck around.
Shoot the puck
around. In June.
Talk puck. Tell some stories. Learn some things.
There you go. Good stuff. Chris Broadhurst, nice to meet you. Trevor Linden, good chatting with you as well. Thanks.